really easy to add fringe to your work. In this little sample here, I am right now working along my cast on edge, and I am going into every stitch, but you can space it out however you like, maybe every other stitch, every 3 stitches. It's all personal taste. And I am just using 2 strands of yarn. You can use as many as you like, and I don't know, this is maybe 4 or 5 inches long. I usually make it a little bit longer than I would like my finished fringe to be, just because there's probably going to be some trimming and you're going to lose a little bit of your length there. And you'll also need a crochet hook that is appropriate for whatever weight yarn that you're using. And you just want to take your strands of yarn for your fringe, and I even them up at one end. They're probably going to be a little bit uneven at the other end, and that's okay. It doesn't matter right now. So take your yarn and put your crochet hook into the stitch where you're going to attach your fringe, and drape it over your crochet hook, and then I just even it up as much as possible. And then you're going to pull the strands through, and then pull it up enough so that you can get your ends through the loop. Grab your ends and just pull them through. And then just give them a little gentle tug to tighten up the fringe. I'll show you again. It's pretty simple. You take your strands in one hand. With the other hand, crochet hook goes into the stitch where you'd like your fringe to be. Drape the fringe over your crochet hook and straighten them up, or even them up. Pull through. Grab the ends. Pull them through. And then just tighten it up. So I'll just go ahead and finish my cast on row here, and then I'll go ahead and do my bind off row. And another neat thing about the fringe, if you decide to add it, is you won't have to weave in your tail from your cast on or your bind off. You can just hide that in your fringe. So that's a bonus of adding fringe. And then real quick, I just wanted to show you, when you even up your fringe, you could hold it up straight and kind of go along the bottom of it with some scissors, but I find it easier to use one of those rotary cutters. And what I do is I have one of those cutting mats that's used for sewing. You could use a piece of cardboard or something like that, and you would just lay your piece down and straighten out your fringe. And we're just going to pretend that that's all straight, and even it out as much as possible. And then you can just take your rotary cutter, and I usually just find the shortest piece of yarn and then trim along that edge. So it's really a lot easier to use a rotary cutter. You can just go straight across and get all of your fringe at once, instead of just kind of hacking away at it with a pair of scissors. But that is adding a simple fringe.